was just going to take from a public drinking device, and eventually, unfortunately for him, that thing was spiked and he had alcohol in his system. Was stopped on his way home, and it was discovered that he had more than the legal limit of alcohol. Yeah, if that had been a banned drug, for instance, this will fail the drug test. All the explanation, all the no, I didn't know
it was a theft. Nobody will believe.
People will not want to believe it at that point. So that's why, as a professional athlete, you must be careful what you put into your system. Wherever you are, you have to be extremely careful. They have spiked people's drink. Athletes who just go somewhere, they're partying with their friends. It could even be your rival, someone that's competing with you. You are somewhere, you are just drinking, and maybe you go to use yourself, or you go to the dance floor, you come back, your drink is you didn't cover it. It's something that is not just cover. Or if you cover, somebody can help you. So you must ensure that nobody has access to your drink. So as you are there,
it's even better you go along with your drink if you are leaving that particular place.
Just drop something that is going to show up in a drug test in your drink, and you'll be suspended from that competition. So as an athlete, you have got to take responsibility.
Well, we hope Onana gets out of this, but this will serve as a warning, a big warning to African players. Whatever you are drinking, whatever you are taking,
the all players,
As far as you are not players, you have to be very careful.
You have to be very even as a human being. You've got to be very careful. We are just talking of spiking drinks just to maybe get you disqualified, make you run into trouble.
Some could kill, some could just poison.
Just like in they just playing a practical joke. Okay, these guys, they don't want to drink, they don't want to get high. And the person just goes and pretends as if he wants to drink from the container, and he puts alcohol in the drink. I've had that done to me. Because you don't. Yeah, and somebody will they will maybe in a container that this is alcohol. They could pour. That this one is a
drink
container. They put alcohol in it and give it to you, and so the moment you lift it,
you see the smell.
The smell. You just know. No. This is. But it's a practical joke. They know you don't drink. They just want to do that to you. But unfortunately, there are evil people in the society. Somebody could actually poison you that way. So people have got to be very, very, not just athletes, but athletes in particular, because this is a sports program. However, everybody as a human being, you have got to be careful. It's not everybody. The way you are free with people, you can only trust yourself. You can only trust them. We've seen what, unfortunately, even family members have done to themselves in this world. So you've got to be extremely careful.
All right, so we hope that Onana gets out of this. And from that story, still in Africa, the long saga of Wadam Mone El Adadi can switch his national allegiance from Spain to Morocco is finally over after football's world governing body FIFA confirmed his switch on Friday. That was today. The 25-year-old has spent years trying in vain to play for the North Africans after initially being prevented from doing so because of a brief appearance he made for Spain in 2018, and that was in a friendly game against Macedonia in 2014. But nonetheless, despite his previous failures to change allegiance, two of which he has unsuccessfully taken to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, CAS, he is now free to play for Morocco. And the young man, after the judgment, said, "I've just been informed that I can finally play for Morocco. It is a pride for me to play for my country after all the work we have done to change my situation." The mother is from Spain, while the father is from Morocco. Now the allegiance is settled and he cannot play for Morocco, and he could make his debut as early as next month when the Atlas Lions travel to Mauritania before hosting Burundi as they look to secure their qualification for 2021 Africa Cup of Nations.
I hope this will maybe in future the footballers that will be having in the future, I hope they will not even have to go through this. You will not need to. Even if you are born, of course, migration is a right of every human, so long as you are doing it legally, so you are free to go anywhere. And if you are born in a country, by the laws of the international laws, you are a citizen of that country, just as you are a genuine bona fide citizen of the country of your parents or any of your parents. So it's okay, of course, for Africans to be born in Europe, in South America, anywhere, and it's okay for them to just grow up in that system and want to be integrated into that system. But with what is happening now, with so many players wanting to switch allegiance, having represented their countries of birth, or maybe the country that they migrated to when they were very little, wanting to now switch allegiance to their country of origin. Wilfred Zaha all his life was England. You see him now playing for Cote d'Ivoire. Victor Moses came, played for Nigeria. Shala, Sheyi Ajayi. So many of them have switched allegiance. So maybe in the future, perhaps these players who were born there, I'm sure their parents will tell them, you may have been born here, but this is where we are originally from. So maybe instead of now trying to switch allegiance later, which could become complicated, perhaps they should just start thinking now. I was born in England, I'm playing in England and everything, but once it is time to join the under-17, I want to go to my country, so that you start it early, so you don't run into complications later. But unfortunately, maybe because of the way our youth system is in Africa, perhaps they feel over there they stand a better chance of progress, of development in their career. That's why they want to start over there. But I think since they can now see that so many players are switching allegiance, having represented their country of birth at under 17, under 21 level, maybe even at that level, African players should be thinking of coming home, so that later you don't start running into problems. But once you come and you present Nigeria at under 17 level, or Cote d'Ivoire or Morocco, then there's not going to be a problem. You just continue your progress naturally. But if you play at under 17, then it will get to a time that you will now be looking at the criteria, whether you fulfill them. Because if you once you go beyond a certain age, you will no longer be able to switch allegiance.
Okay, now let's look at the fixtures of the Nigerian Professional Football League this weekend, and also the top 5 leagues. Then we'll talk about tennis before we throw the phone lines open. This weekend, all games slated for Sunday, 7th of February. Enyimba International will take on Plateau United, and Rivers United, who were beaten by Katsina United yesterday. This time they'll be at home to face Nasarawa United. Akwa United will take on Katsina United. Jigawa Golden Stars will face bottom side Adamawa FC. Then we have FC Ifeanyiba. They'll be at home to Kano Pillars. MFM will take on Atlant FC at the Agege Stadium. Lobby Stars will face Wiki Tourists, this time at the Upper Aku Stadium. SUS Sunshine Stars will take on Kwara United. Takada FC will be at home to Abia Warriors, while Rangers International will take on Warri Wolves. These are the matches that we have this weekend as far as the Nigeria Professional Football League is concerned. That takes us down to the English Premier League, starting tomorrow, Saturday. Aston Villa at lunchtime, 12:30, will take on Arsenal. Burnley will face Brighton and Hove Albion. That will be at 3 p.m. Same 3 p.m. Newcastle United will face Southampton. Fulham will take on West Ham United at 5:30, while Manchester United will take on Everton right there at Old Trafford at 8 p.m. Then Sunday 7th, Tottenham Hotspur will look to bounce back from 3 defeats in a row, and that will be against West Bromwich Albion at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Wolverhampton Wanderers will be at home to Leicester City. Liverpool versus Manchester City, that promises to be explosive, while Sheffield United will play host to Chelsea. Then on Monday, Leeds United will face Crystal Palace. Okay, the La Liga fixtures for the weekend starts tonight. Alaves will take on Real Valladolid at 8 p.m. Then tomorrow, Saturday, Levante will be at home to Granada. SD Huesca will take on Real Madrid. Elche will play host to Villarreal, while Sevilla will be at home to Getafe. Then on Sunday, Real Sociedad will take on Cadiz. Athletic Bilbao versus Valencia. Osasuna will face Eibar, while Real Betis will take on Barcelona. Then on Monday, it will be Atletico Madrid versus Celta Vigo. Okay, quickly now we move over to Italian Serie A fixtures, where you have Fiorentina taking on Inter Milan tonight at 7:45, and a win for Inter Milan will take them to the top spots. Then Saturday, tomorrow, Atalanta will take on Torino, Sassuolo will face Spezia, and then Juventus will be at home to AS Roma, while Genoa will entertain Napoli. Then on Sunday, Benevento will take on Sampdoria, AC Milan will be at home to Crotone, then Udinese will take on Verona, while Parma will face Bologna. Elsewhere, Lazio will take on Cagliari. These are the matches to expect as far as Italian Serie A is concerned. Then to the German Bundesliga, Hertha Berlin starts will kick off things tonight as they play host to reigning champions and league leaders Bayern Munich at 7 p.m. Then tomorrow Saturday, Bayer Leverkusen will be at home to Stuttgart. FC Wolfsburg versus Wolfsburg. Mainz 05 will take on Union Berlin, while SC Freiburg will play host to Borussia Dortmund. Schalke 04, who have been struggling, this time they will take on RB Leipzig. Mönchengladbach will be at home to Cologne. Then on Sunday it will be Hoffenheim versus Eintracht Frankfurt. Then Arminia Bielefeld will take on Werder Bremen. And finally now to the French Ligue 1, which starts tomorrow evening. We have Lorient taking on Reims. Lyon will face Strasbourg, while Lens will take on Rennes. Then on Sunday, Brest will take on Bordeaux. Montpellier versus Dijon. Nice will face Angers. Nice will take on Monaco, while Saint-Etienne will do battle with Metz. Elsewhere, Nantes will play host to Lille, while Marseille will face Paris Saint-Germain. That will be a big one for Andres Villa from the top 5 leagues, including the Nigerian Professional Football League. We told you in the morning that the venue for the match between RB Leipzig and Liverpool could be taken to a neutral venue. But what we are getting right now, that that match could be played in Hungary. That is what we are getting, that the German government's travel ban means RB Leipzig will need to find an alternative venue for their Champions League game with Liverpool. So they are looking at Hungary, and the Bundesliga outfit are also under pressure to find a venue after Liverpool were prohibited from entering Germany. So let's see if Budapest will be the final venue for them to play that game. Okay, still talking about that particular European League tournament. Sebastian Haller, this guy was signed from West Ham United to play for Ajax Amsterdam. He has done well. He has scored 2 goals so far in 6 appearances, but the record signing is ineligible for European League due to admin error. It was not included among those that will play in the Europa League, and they have all come out to say that was an admin error, that they never expected that that will happen because they wanted him to be part of the party. But I don't know, is there any way, Ryan, this can be rectified now that the mistake has already been made for a player who they bought for a club record to not be able to play in the Europa League?
They said there was a computer error. It only goes to show that even in the most advanced of societies, they have these problems. If it had happened over here, we would be saying, well, here we go again. People who forgot jerseys of the home team and they had to cut their tracksuits to use as emergency shots for matches. People have forgotten the passports, what we call international passport, of your team that's at home for an under 17 competition, and you made the opponents to win. People who didn't know that their player was ineligible to play a match and made him play, and Nigeria had to forfeit a game. They had a draw in 1-1 and we eventually lost that match 3-0 on technicalities to Algeria. We'll be saying all of this, but it is happening in one of the biggest clubs in Europe, Ajax. They were champions in 1995. That was the last time they won it, but of course they dominated the Champions League in the 70s when Johan Cruyff was playing for them. And for you to have someone who is your record signing and you had this kind of error, I don't know if the time had not passed, and I don't know whether they didn't see the mistake immediately, because if it is as soon as they send it at the I'm sure they could have quickly sent the message, please, there was an error and that's why this guy isn't there, so please give us time. I'm sure there are even periods, there's a deadline, but even after that deadline, so maybe you immediately send to say, please, this is a very serious error, then they could do something about it. But remember, a couple of years back, David De Gea was supposed to leave Manchester United. He was supposed to go to Real Madrid, and Keylor Navas was supposed to from Real Madrid join Manchester United. But there was an error in the fact. I think if the fax machine failed at that particular point, so because of that, they missed the deadline by just a few minutes, and that's how that deal fell through. And I remember Keylor Navas saying he when the thing failed, he went to his room and he cried. He was crying with relief and joy that this thing didn't eventually work. I'm still here at Real Madrid. So it's something that happens. It's not every day it happens, but unfortunately, no matter how advanced you are, so long as you have human beings and machines involved, some of these things could happen. How they contrive to make such a blunder, it's something that is baffling, and I want to believe that there will be consequences. Somebody is going to lose his job or have to answer a very strongly worded query because of this, but it's not pleasant at all.
The Ivory Coast international is not really happy, honestly. He has played twice for Côte d'Ivoire, but he's not happy because he wanted to be part of that tournament. Now quickly let's
through no fault of it. It's not like he's injured or anything. You are telling him it's not going to play.
Alright, so looking at tennis right now.
So before we go to tennis, there's a football story from the Nigerian Professional Football League. It's really sad, but it's all over the social media platform, and it has to do with one of the clubs in the Nigerian Professional Football League, Heartland Football Club. Their manager, Fidelis Ilechukwu, is speaking out, and he said it's just been terrible what he and his team has had to go through. Let me quote him. We don't have accommodation for the past 1 year. They haven't paid for my accommodation. Sometimes we come back from training and we stay outside because there is no accommodation for players. We also got FIFA ban for terminating contracts unlawfully, and the players we are supposed to sign have joined other teams. We just got a few players from the grassroots because we can't register new ones. They are owing me 5 months salary and sign-on fee of 1.5 million naira. If I have my way, I will just step aside from the team, and I believe it is time to talk and inform our fans what we are passing through. This team doesn't have preseason, no campaign, and how can we know the players have been begging, but no one came to our rescue? So that's basically one of the it's supposed to be one of the biggest clubs in Nigeria. Heartland is didn't just start today. The name Heartland might be relatively new, but this was the former Spartans of Owerri. This was the former Iwanyawo National, a team that has got to the final of the then Sekuture Cup, that is now the CAF Champions League. So for them to be experiencing this, and maybe that's why it's not where they are on the table shouldn't surprise anyone. They are 18th on the table in the relegation zone. So I think they have just 7 points from the 8 matches that they have played so far. And if you probe deeper, you go deeper, maybe you will even see more of these cases in among the other 19.
Yeah, but who is going to speak out? That's what we are looking at. And
no, they can't. Well, I don't know the kind of contracts that they sign. Maybe there is a clause
that will say don't speak to
the media and all of that. But it is sad when you have this. Look, I think we should maybe emulate the Nigerian Women Football League. They have 14 clubs now that are playing. Maybe next year, if some other clubs are able to really get to that standard, even if it's only 10, no problem. The Scottish Premier League, they have just 12 clubs that are playing in the league. In the German Bundesliga, it is 18. It doesn't have to be 20. That's what it doesn't have to be 20. So I think going forward we should try as much as we can. Football is big business, and I know, and even in the league, as bad as it is, there are some players that are earning more than $1 million a month in the Nigerian football. So we know all of these things, but I think it should be structured in such a way that any club that is not ready, that is not good enough, should not be playing in Nigerian Professional Football League, should not be playing in Nigerian National League, should not even be playing in the Nationwide League One. So we've got to get really, really serious about it, especially clubs that are owned by state government. So if they are not able to disband the club or something, so that these players can go to clubs that are serious and they are able to take care of their managers and the players. And look, this is why Nigerian players are ready to go to whatever part of the world. They don't care whether it is Bangladesh, one of the poorest countries in the world, so long as they know that once they go there, they are guaranteed their salaries, and that's why they are ready to sign whatever kind of contract. So long as they just hear the foreign currency, they want to go. You know, when you break it down, you discover that it's basically a slave contract, but the thing is better than what they get here in Nigeria. So the Nigerian Professional Football League, the LMC, the Nigerian Football Federation, we've had talks in the past about meeting certain obligations before the clubs are registered. So why are we not having it? So maybe it will even come to, there should be something that they could do before the league starts, that okay, every club, we want to know how many players you have, what is their salary, the management team you have, how many are they, how much would each earn, is it weekly, is it monthly, whatever it is, we want to know. Then there must be money deposited. I think they came up with this idea like a couple of years back, but I don't know what happened to it. You must deposit a certain amount of money in the bank or wherever they want to put it, to ensure that these clubs, these players are paid their monies when it is due, so that no club will be running into all of these problems. So any club that is not ready, we should just pack up, and even if it is only 10 clubs that we will have in our elite league, we should have them.
Quickly, let's talk tennis before we throw the phone lines open. I know you guys are itching to call in and contribute to the show this evening. Yes, we are counting down to the opening of the Australian Grand Prix, Australian Open, which is the first Grand Slam tournament of this year. But Serena Williams, who will begin a bid for a 24th Grand Slam singles, she withdrew from Ayala Valley Classic semi-final against world number 1 Ashley Barty. Maybe it was due to a right shoulder injury, so she wants to get herself fit before getting to start the Australian Open. Well, before then, she defeated fellow American Daniel Collins 6-2, 4-6, 10-6 in the quarterfinals. And Barty right now has received the walkover into the final, and that's what we have from there. But looking at the fixtures for Australian Open, the only two British players that are in the tournament are going to face each other: Cameron Norrie and Dan Evans. So no Kyle Edmund and no Andy Murray. But instead of the two of them facing other opponents, they have been drawn to meet each other. And
it means that one of them definitely going to the next round. Potentially they will be meeting Rafael Nadal in the third round. That is if they survive the second round, depending on who played the second round. And then in the third round you have Rafael Nadal, because you want to believe that Nadal will get to the third round, but he has been having some health issues too, had back problems, and pulled out of a tournament that he was supposed to play. Maybe that's why Serena Williams too, she's battled injury, so she doesn't want to aggravate it. So when she felt like she was having a problem with her shoulder, she just decided to pull out of the semi-final, giving Ashley Barty a straight passage to the final. So I think it's just I've watched Serena Williams in this competition. She played well. Last match she beat a fellow American, Daniel Collins, 6-2, 4-6, 10-6 in the quarter-final, but perhaps she felt stiffness in her shoulder and decided that, look, it will be best for me to rest it, because we have the Australian Open coming up.
In the men's draw, Serbia's world number 1 Novak Djokovic starts his bid for a record-extending night Australian Open title against French veteran Jeremy Chardy. Then Djokovic is still in the same half of the draw as US Open champion Dominic Thiem, who he beats in last year's Melbourne final. And for Thiem, he will begin his campaign against Kazak's Miki Kukushkin. Spanish rival and Nadal's preparation also for his bid to land the men's record 21st Grand Slam singles title, which would move him clear of Roger Federer, have been hampered by a back injury this week. And the 34-year-old will play Laslo Djere of Serbia in the first in the opening round. In the women's draw, American great Serena Williams, we just told you, she will start against Germany's Laura Sigmund as she launches another attempt to win the 24th major. She could meet Naomi Osaka, widely considered as the favorite in the semi-finals, but the Japanese has a tricky match against Russian Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova. The world number 1 as Liberty, which will play her first Grand Slam match in a year against Danka Kovinic of Montenegro. American defending champion Sofia Kenin begins against Australian wildcard Madison Inglis, while Canadian 8-seed Bianca Andreescu is set to begin her first tournament since October 2019 against Mihaela Buzănescu of Romania. So these are the fixtures, some of the fixtures of the Australian Open first round games. So let's see how things will pan out once they start. And in the ATP Cup, Germany today will be able to beat Serbia to reach think the final.
They got to the final.
Yes, semi-final. Zverev and Zverev teamed up.
Zverev, but then Zverev teamed up with and then Djokovic and Kakic in
the doubles.
Yes, so that's how Germany got to the semi-final.
Wow, congratulations to them, and let's see who will go on to win that ATP Cup. Alright guys, hit us right now on 070-6263-9275, 0903-939-4427 and 081-2178-9154.
Before we start taking calls, unfortunately a couple of days back, a couple of weeks back, we announced, unfortunately, the passing of somebody who played for Nigeria, and the person of Sam Ikedi. So the family has announced burial arrangements. The members of Edo State All-Stars, they were here today to see us, and so they gave us the release by the family. They are cordially inviting everyone to the funeral service of our husband, father, grandfather, brother, and uncle Samuel Gozien Ikedi, 1946 to 2021. Burial arrangement is as follows: Wednesday 10th, then Wednesday 10th February 2021, time 9 a.m. Novelty match and line in states at the main bowl of the Samuel Ogumudia Stadium. Then Wednesday 10th February 2021, time 4 p.m. Service of songs / evening of tribute at Garrick School Fields, Ekanwa Road, Benin City. Thursday 11th February 2021, time 8 a.m. There will be mass at St. Paul's Catholic Church, Airport Road, Benin City. Then Friday the 12th of February 2021 at 12 noon, we're going to have requiem mass at St. John the Evangelist Catholic Church in Ila. Then interment will follow immediately at his school in Ila. Then on Sunday the 14th of February 2021 at 9 a.m. Thanksgiving mass at St. Paul's Catholic Church, Airport Road, Benin City. So that's the situation.
May the soul of Sam rest in peace. Alright, the phone lines are buzzing. Hello. Good evening.
Great Dollars calling.
Oh, Great Dollars, great to have you.
Thank you very much.
Hello? Honestly, I can't get what you are talking about. Please just try and call us before we leave the studio. Hello?
Hello?
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, Danjuma, you're welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening, Danjuma.
I want to talk about this. Talking about player who they switch allegiance to their original country. I think the matter be their parents' hands because even though they migrate from Africa or wherever to Europe, where they get small, if you don't say they get ambition to school go, now the mother or the father, and they keep that advice for their body to start like this. Now your father go to know the people because you start example to serious player who don't want to play for other countries.
That's why it isn't that side of Nigeria where once your papa or your mama just don't say that like this. Now that one
and congratulations to Chelsea. Just to the money they don't do 1 or 2 things to make Chelsea the great again. And the defender don't come. Midfield don't come. Also their next one at the strikers and the court score. Now do it.
All right, thank you. Hello. Ooh. Hello. All right, let's keep the calls coming, and so we get your own side of one contribution. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, brother. This is Greg on our call back.
Better now, better, yeah.
Yeah, you see, I want to talk about Heartland of Owerri. Prior to the match they played against Enyimba, I spent 2 weeks in my place there, Owerri. We went to Adanayam Stadium. We pleaded with these people. It was all the players. It was Ikechukwu came out and said, these boys are hungry. They have family. That the government should come out. The commissioners of sports should come out and help these boys. Whatever it takes to make them happy, they should do it. It was then one of them came out and promised them. They now beat Enyimba 2-0. From there again, they abandoned them. These people have no home. They have no hope. I even called already. I said, if our governor, the city governor, if he's a sports-loving governor, we know how the previous one did. He should come out and help these people. If he don't say he doesn't love sport, but for the fact that this is their professionals, this is the only way this boy can earn living. He should come out and help them, but also not them. And how do you expect these people to perform? They cannot perform. So what I expected them to do, if you cannot sponsor the team anymore, you should disband them. So that the boys can look elsewhere, just like what Ibrahim said. They can go in that club and start looking for their daily bread. Thank you. God bless you all.
Oh, thank you, Greg Bonus. Hello. Really, touching, honestly. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening too.
I'm from South Road, special advisor to the government on cow matters.
On cow matters. So,
don't see a small, don't see a small.
Let me smart in. Oh, yeah, now. Fire down. Go ahead, they hear you. Yeah.
Is there anything I want to ask about this Benzema issue? Because I say the FIFA don't allow one Moroccan player to play for them. What about Benzema? Because they said there was a time Benzema right.
Yeah, but Benzema on this thing now. You know, go work. You don't play for
France now.
For France, even for World Cup. Then you say make you come go switch allegiance to.
Okay, that particular guy, he don't play for Spain national team.
He play, but not be this thing. I played that the match, not be not even
friendly now. Only one match with Barcelona. Yeah. What you can compare Benzema?
Now during that time of I think World War I, some other times in the past, somebody like Alfredo Di Stefano, that one he played for 3 different countries. He played for Spain.
Okay. He did another thing when I found the tape yesterday online about one Ajax player, that Belgium player at that time. Whether I keep away, they say Belgium for club contract making contract because of COVID-19 people were in bed.
Belgium player and a goalkeeper.
No, we just want a Belgian player where they can make a contract. An African guy want to invite people to your house for party during lockdown.
Oh, okay.
You remember?
I remember. I don't remember.
Okay, what do you want to because for you, a lot of people, a lot of players, when no one forget about that issue, I don't pass. In a duel.
Thank you. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Brian, please, I want to ask you something concerning this guy that has injury for Chelsea matches. Silva, is it okay behind this weekend?
No, the coach said he's not sure he will play the next match, which is on Sunday night. He's not sure he's fit enough for Sheffield, but maybe he's going to play the matches after that. And the good thing is that it's a thigh injury, it's not a hamstring. So thigh, maybe it's just a knock that he had, maybe the way he stretched, but he didn't tweak his muscles, which is what the hamstring is about.
Alright, let's take this and look at the SMS. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, good evening. Victory?
Yeah, good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Victor. Welcome.
Yesterday I had two babies that I looked forward to the Oriental and the London baby. Although the Oriental that hasn't supported me, but I won't blame them much due to the rough prices. And for Chelsea, very, very happy. Not less than what I expected. I knew I was going to win yesterday. And for Jose Mourinho, you must always find something to complain about whenever I look at the match. Either the hospitality or we played before or the pitch. It is way. And I will disagree with him when he says it's very easy to win titles at Chelsea. If it's that easy, why our approach is more than the number of trophies we have won. I'm not sure how difficult it is to win titles at Chelsea. And I would like to find out from the caller, Mr. Jose Mourinho. So he's a Chelsea fan, but also a giant Jose Mourinho fan. I wanted to know, whenever Chelsea send a match against Jose Mourinho, which team you normally support? Yeah, I really want to do that. I want to do it.
It's listening. If he gets to call us, maybe we answer that. Alright, let's look at the SMS.
Okay, this one happening right now. We hear the deputy governor. I can even see pictures now. The deputy governor of the state right now will come Philip Shaibu, accompanied by some government officials. He's paid an unscheduled visit to the Samuel Gumudia Stadium, and right now the picture I'm seeing there in the gymnasium is the first in Nigeria and one of the best in the continent. And from the pictures that we're seeing, that place is really, really awesome. Okay, well, of course, we are preparing for the National Sports Festival, so they're just paying all these visits to ensure that everything is okay. Please do not call the text line, please. It's only for answering text messages, for reading text messages, okay, please. Let's see, this one reads not according to restricted things, but let's see. Now it says, dear Sportive, any new development on the National Sports Festival? Okay, I would hope it will still hold as scheduled, and I also hope spectators will be allowed in the various venues, considering the crowd at Nancy registration centers with abundant disregard for COVID protocols. It should be cancelled if postponed again from the normal. So because there is disregard for COVID-19 protocols at the Nancy registration, so there should also be disregard for COVID-19 protocols because during the National Sports Festival, it shouldn't be like that now. I mean, come on. We are hoping that the National Sports Festival will still hold as scheduled, but I think even if it will hold, the crowd, I don't think it will allow.
No, I don't think.
Good day, sirs. Another win. Thankfully, one goal was enough. Last night we were comfortable for pretty much the whole game, but we could have dropped 2 points due to not killing the game with a second goal. Anyway, very important 3 points against a rival, onwards and upwards. Hashtag Chelsea forever, endurance from Airport Road. Okay. Good evening, the John Wearies of Sport. Is it possible for Sheffield United to still qualify for top 4 in English League? Who is the first club to win EPL? And to answer the second question, Manchester United were the first to win it in 1992-1993 season. Leeds United were the last to win the old Division 1, and Eric Cantona played for Leeds, won it, then moved to Manchester United
and also won it.
And won it. For Sheffield United, Well, you've got to look at the number of matches they played and everything. So I think mathematically they can still qualify for the top 4, but we've got to look at that. It will mean, of course, that they are winning their matches. Then all those above them are big points. You don't know. If you're asking if I think Sheffield United will make top 4, I will say no. Good evening, sportsmen. Was having an argument with some of my friends who said Bayern Munich wouldn't have won last year's Champions League if it were two-leg affairs. What is your opinion on this, please? Thanks for the good work. Not from something. Well, this is my opinion, but I am pretty sure many analysts from all over the world would agree. Anticlimax, the final game against Paris Saint-Germain. Maybe Paris Saint-Germain was the only team that was somewhere close to their level. If they had even played it 4 legs, Bayern will beat it. They will beat Barcelona home and away, neutral venue, and they will beat Barcelona twice at the Nou Camp. They were that good last. I don't know of this season, but last season no team was close to Bayern Munich. So it's not true that they won. If it had been 2 legs, they would have won it even more convincingly. This one says, good evening, great men of sports. I was so disappointed to Jose Mourinho's approach to yesterday's game. He had the players to play but refused to play. From Paris. I'm guessing you don't support Chelsea. Maybe it's the one of the other clubs and you're not happy that Jose Mourinho lost that match. Those are the messages that we have.
Alright, let's see if we can take one or two calls.
Oga Maestro.
Manchester, you're welcome.
Oga Ibro, good evening.
That's just welcome.
The way I begin do better thing to praise and go happy. I've been waiting just to do this today. I'm very happy and I'm very, very thankful to them. Although it's not easy show, but for me, I see that game as an easy game to Chelsea yesterday, depending the way they play in the field. But the only thing we have problem there is the finishing. Finishing is our problem. Like they would have gotten up to 4 goals there yesterday. Especially in the first half. Chelsea was enjoyed and how few United they played there yesterday. So all the same, they are very, very good yesterday. So the one way we yesterday give us the 3 points. And now 86 points. So it's a good one. And we check our next future number 2 or 3. It's something that we are very sure that of winning. I know it's football, but we are sure that we are going to take all those 3 points. So, Mourinho losing again to Chelsea or losing again 3 match consecutively, at least it's not good for him as a coach. So, not even as a Tottenham as a club, but as him as a coach, it's not good for him. I think he's trying to win the lesson. So, thank you, and I'm very happy.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll take this and we'll send out. Wow.
And this one just coming in.
Okay. No. Okay, go ahead.
This one just coming in, and look, sometimes when we praise the state government, especially in a state for ensuring that bended insurance and adequates get paid when they are due, it's because of some of these issues that happen. Players of Kogi United on Thursday launched a peaceful protest at the Kogi State Government House to press home the demands for their unpaid sign-on fees for 2 years. The players who were dressed in their club colours marched to the Government House to launch a complaint to Governor Yaya Bello. They blocked the entrance of Government House, threatening to continue the protest until all their entitlements were paid. So, these are the things. Kogi United, of course, will be playing the NNL.
When players are not motivated, how do you give them targets to go and get promotion?
Look for a structure that would ensure these things are taken care of.
Alright guys, this is the much we can take. We've got a news break coming up at 5 p.m. Please stick around. Many thanks to you guys for making this show a memorable one, and to my strike partner Salih Ibrahim. Many thanks for joining me. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 3:30 or 35 at thereabout, and give you wonderful sporting stories, and you have the time to call in, request for anthem and all that, and we'll give them all to you. So enjoy the rest of your day, and bye bye. See you tomorrow.
Things are not the same. Things are not the same as before. Things not the same, no. Things are not the same as before.
Levels not changed now, they don't fit hold me again. Now I'm 10 over 10. Levels not changed now, they don't fit hold me again. Cause I'm 10 over 10. Now I'm 10 over 10, 10 over 10, 10 over 10, shaking out. Now I'm 10 over 10, 10 over 10, 10 over 10, shaking out. Shaking out, shaking out, shaking out. Shaking out, shaking out, shaking out. Shaking out, shaking out, shaking out. Now I'm 10 over 10. Shaking out, shaking out, shaking out. Shaking out, shaking out, shaking out. Shaking out, shaking out, shaking out. Now I'm 10 over 10. Yo, me, I'm no magician and change my condition, but I turn things around. I'ma fit that description. I'm a being like the pyramid. I'm not no Egyptian. I'm sick, no prescription. Can turn this to fiction. When it comes to the girls, this is a whole nother story. Only keep the ones that can cook and clean for me. So when I get that pot full of soup and that rice that I like, I do like a Maggie Cuban spice up your life. Only cause I'm MC, the only MC with an MSC. So don't be surprised when they jealous me. I know levels done change, so they select me. Oh shit, Baba Gordo, we celebrate as if we just hit the lotto. And what you done is a lotto, because levels done change. Levels done change now, they don't fit hold me again. Now I'm 10 over 10. Levels done change now, they don't fit hold me again. Cause I'm 10 over 10. Yes, now I'm 10 over 10, 10 over 10, 10 over 10, shaking out. Now I'm 10 over 10, 10 over 10, 10 over 10, shaking out. Shaking out, shaking out, shaking out. Shaking out, shaking out, shaking out. Shaking out, shaking out, shaking out. Now I'm 10 over 10. Shaking out, shaking out, shaking out. Shaking out, shaking out, shaking out. Shaking out, shaking out, shaking out. Now I'm 10 over 10. Now I'm 10 over 10, and the money they extend, and they cannot comprehend how I managed to ascend. And you know I know go send. Plenty people gon' pretend as if say they're really friends, but I do not recommend. Cause I know their agenda. Time to sender, clear from my fender. No time to render, check my calendar. January, February to December. There's no space, I'm too blown to the BS. YES, PS, Joe, multi-low, Amy or Rewold. Because levels don't gather up gone. They can't form when they this strong. I'm still tighter than the weed that their girlfriend fixed on. You know my P, I don't think it'll ever exhaust. Shaking out your wild and that's boss. Things are not the same as before. Things are not the same. No. Things are not the same as before. Levels done changed now, they don't fit hold me again. Now I'm 10 over 10. Levels done changed now, they don't fit hold me again. Cause I'm 10 over 10. Now I'm 10 over 10, 10 over 10, 10 over 10, shaking out.
92.7 KUFM. 92.7 KUFM News. Concise, precise, balanced, unbiased.
We are live from Benin City to the world.
This is 92.7 KUFM Newsbreak.
Good evening and welcome to Newsbreak on K92.7 FM, Benin City. First, the headlines. Police parade 68 suspected criminals in Edo State. Sanu Nasu begins strike midnight Friday. CBN orders banks, others to close cryptocurrency accounts. On entertainment, Femi Kuti, son Madi releases a joint album, Legacy. Details of this and more after this break. I'm Benjamin Kaduri. Now the news in detail. A total of 68 suspects have been paraded by Edo State Police Command for alleged involvement in various criminal activities. The State Commissioner of Police, Philip Ogbadu, while parading the suspects at the command's headquarters in Benin City, said since his posting to the state in the last 3 weeks, he recorded great success against all forms of criminalities. He said the suspects will be charged to court upon completion of investigations. The Commissioner of Police also noted that 8 suspects were killed in the last 3 weeks while exchanging gunfire with his gunmen.
The highlights of the activities we undertook during this period covered by this report are as follows. We undertake anti-crime patrols and raid operations around and in identified black spots. We did bush combing patrols, which is still ongoing. We intend to have town hall stakeholder meeting, and we want to ensure it commences regularly. His Excellency has been informed, and we have pleaded with him to organize one. We are going to invite all communities so that we can talk together.
Some of the suspects confessed to the crimes charged against them.
How many cars were recovered with you? One car. What about the Venza? Yeah, not Venza. What about Voltron? This one, Voltron. The one with recovered. The one with POS. Yes. This one. They specialize in robbing POS. What brought you here?
Stealing case or robbing.
I'm not hearing you.
Robbing case.
What kind of robbing case?
I went to rob POS.
Went to rob POS?
Upper side.
How much did you get there? How long have you been doing it? How long have you been doing it?
TV road.
How long have you been doing in this business? How long have you been doing
Not too long. Not too long, sir.
Not too long. How many of you go there?
TV.
The suspects are reportedly involved in armed robbery, murder, rape, kidnapping, car snatching and fraudsters, among others. Meanwhile, the police recovered 119 ammunitions from the suspects. The chairman of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, University of Benin Chapter, Professor Monday Omorige, has warned against the proliferation of universities in the country following Wednesday's approval of 20 new private universities by the Federal Executive Council. Professor Monday Omorige said he sees the approval of more universities as political patronage despite warnings to the relevant authorities on the inherent danger. Omorige said expanding the existing universities will perform the function the new ones were established to do. Speaking in a similar vein, Professor Monday Igbafe, chairman of ASU Ambrose Ali University Ekpoma, said the establishment of more universities without proper recourse to the challenges facing the existing ones was what the union had been trying to criticize. Professor Monday Igbafe said even the private universities that are running now lack proper monitoring to see if they comply with the NUC guidelines and what is required to run a university. When told that the approval might be to expand access to university education, Igbafe said if properly funded, one university in the country might take half of the population of prospective university students. Despite efforts by the federal government to quell another strike in Nigerian universities, two non-teaching staff unions have directed their members to down tool from midnight Friday, February 5. A circular to universities branches and signed by NASU General Secretary Peter Adeyemi and SANU President Mohammed Haruna directed workers to stay away from work after a meeting with government on Tuesday, February 2, failed to address their demands. SANU and NASU have demanded their members are expunged from integrated payroll and personnel information system. The unions have also called for payment of benefits to retired members as well as increased funding for state universities. They have also asked for fairness in the sharing formula of 40 billion naira and academic allowances approved for all four university-based unions. The workers argued that government has approved 80% for academic staff union of universities, ASU, and 20% for non-teaching staff unions of SANU, NASU, and NAT. ASU suspended a 9-month-long strike last December after government removed them from IPPIS and approved 40 billion naira earned allowance and 70 billion naira universities revitalization fund. The federal government has placed a 72-hour suspension on outbound Emirates flights from Nigeria. This is contained in a circular issued on February 4 by the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA. The circular states that the suspension followed a violation of guidelines placed by the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19. According to the circular signed by NCAA Director General Musa Nuhu, the airline has been airlifting passengers from Nigeria using rapid antigen tests conducted by laboratories not approved by regulatory authorities. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, on Friday met with the 18 political parties' executives to deliberate on proposal for the creation of more polling units across the country. Chairman of the Commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, said the meeting is to intimate stakeholders on the need to increase number of voter participation in elections by increasing voter access. Chairman of the Commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, said the meeting is to intimate stakeholders to the need to increase. There are currently 119,973 polling units and 57,023 voting points across the country. The current structure of polling units was established in 1996, and INEC subsequently created voting points action management by decongesting polling units that had more than 750 registered voters. In August 2014, INEC, under the leadership of Professor Atahiru Jega, sought to create 30,027 additional polling units ahead of the 2015 general elections, with 21,615 in the north and 8,412 in the southern part of the country, but it attracted controversy, which led to its suspension by the Commission. The Professor Mahmoud Yakubu-led INEC has come up with the same idea again for the current INEC leadership. Nigeria's rapidly growing population, changing demography, as well as registration of new voters, creation of new settlements, including camps for internally displaced persons, IDPs, and the need to decongest crowded polling units in urban areas are enough reasons to create more polling units. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has directed all deposit money banks, non-bank financial institutions, and other financial institutions to close the accounts used for cryptocurrency operations. The CBN, in a circular issued on Friday, ordered all financial institutions to identify persons or entities transacting in or operating cryptocurrency exchanges within their systems and ensure that such accounts are closed immediately. According to the CBN, dealing in cryptocurrencies is facilitating payments for cryptocurrency exchanges. According to the CBN, dealing in cryptocurrencies or facilitating payments for cryptocurrency exchanges is prohibited. The circular signed by Bello Hassan, Director of Banking Supervision, and Musa I. Jimo, Director, Payment System Management Department, said the order is to take immediate effect. Coming up in a moment on our entertainment news, Femi Kuti and Son release joint album, Legacy.
Split seconds. There is a lot happening around us, but we can't be everywhere all the time. We've got work, families, and chores to cater to, and most importantly, time to rest. And that's why having reliable partner like KUFM News is important. Sleeping? We don't. We work round the clock, bringing you stories as they break from Nigeria and across the world. We will stop at nothing to keep you informed, because KUFM News is all about you and stories that affect you. Politics, business, human interests, sports, entertainment, just name it. We've got you covered. KUFM News. Timely, precise, spot on.
Still on to KFM 92.7 News Break. On entertainment, the eldest son of Afrobeats pioneer Fela Kuti and Nigerian Musician Femi Anikulapo Kuti and his son Made Kuti have released their new joint project Legacy Plus under Partisan Records, home to Fela's catalogue. The project packages 2 albums together from the father and son, Stop the Hate by Femi and Forward by Made, the first double record ever with a parent and child of its kind. Both albums that make up Legacy Plus are steeped in the tradition of Afrobeat invented by Fela, but each also offers their own unique vision. Femi's Stop the Hate honors Fela in a traditionally fun, sharply political and affirming way. Meanwhile, Made's Forward is a modern and progressive freedom manifesto, pushing the boundaries of the subgenre even further. Made also performs every instrument on his album. According to Femi, he is excited to be working with his son on the project. On his part, Made said it has been one of the greatest positive highlights of his life so far, both musically and transcendentally. And that's the news, but before we go, a quick recap of the headlines. Police parade 68 suspected criminals in Edo State. Sanu Nasu begins strike midnight Friday. CBN order banks, others to close cryptocurrency accounts. Do remember that the continued unity of Nigeria is a collective responsibility. Be sure to play a part. Do not forget you can listen to us anywhere in the world by visiting our website at kufm.net or download our mobile app from the Google Play Store. We're also live on YouTube at KUFM Nigeria. KFM News Break was produced by Lebedum Asagwaram. I'm Benjamin Kaderi, saying thanks for listening. Good evening.
Everybody wants to know more of this and more of that. What is happening around the globe? Me, myself, I want to know. Said you know, cause I got good news for you. The best station is knocking on your door. Just sit back and relax, just sit back and relax. Cause all you have to do is tune into 92.7 KUFM. 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 Tune into 92.7 Tune into 92.7 Tune into
92.7 KUFM. Turn on excitement.
Hello, entrepreneurs, business owners, and organizations. KUFM 92.7 has an impressive and constantly expanding number of followers online. You can now advertise your goods and services on KUFM's social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Take advantage of our online presence and reach out to our growing audience at very affordable rates. Call 0703 109 4612 or 0806 530 5657 or 0802 232 7191 or visit our marketing office, top floor, Enterprise Foundation Building, number 62, Ihama Road, GRA, Benin City. KUFM, your business growth partner.
It's the KU Drive Time Show.
Can't go down slow and steady. Touch to my body. Let me straight up, come you're ready. I like the way you move in your body. I like the way you twinkle your way. I like the way you rockin' it steady. I like the way when you the body they go. But when you touching my soul. Show you sipping, walking up slowly. My body steady shaking, heart the beat, my body sweating. No, I'm feeling something because I'm not gonna lie to your story. But you carry me, go body and soul. Just like the body they go. When you're touching my soul. Carry the soul.
Sugar, don't touch that dial.
Wireless NG provides fast, reliable, and affordable unlimited broadband internet service to homes and businesses. We are situated at number 5 Ramaya Kennedy Street off PZ Sapler Road, Benin City, and our marketing office is at 70 Lowe Complex, Upper Road, Benin City. Our services are currently available in Benin and Lagos. You can reach us on our mobile 707-367-30125 or 080-788-79960 or on our website www.wirelessng.com. Wireless NG, erasing internet boundaries.
For
yourself oh. This no be the one you go take only ear here oh. You must take your eyes see so that you self go enjoy wetin other people dey enjoy. Uyi Technica, the generator headquarter where they make everybody enjoy generators of all sizes and model for affordable price. Whether na the small one for barber shop or abi na big Perkins generator for factory and big building. Uyi Technica, the place for generators, spare parts, grinding machine, pepper mill and others. Mention the name and size of generator where you want. Bakam Uyi Technica get them for the kind of money where dey your pocket. Bakam Uyi Technica get them. Come take your eyes see for the generator headquarters. Uyi Technica, 7981 and 83 Mission Road, Benin City, and all other Uyi Technical branches. Uyi Technica, affordable products for everybody jollification.
In the ever-revolving world of news, one story becomes extinct the moment another major story breaks.
Market women don't know whether they be anything.
But with KUFM's Extra Voices, the story never dies. It just takes on a new life.
Market meho. There is no water in the house. The toilet is not good.
We don't have any fashion in APC.
We bring you new angles and fresh perspectives to every story, no matter how old or remote.
There are a lot of educated people that are involved in politics nowadays.
We go a little beyond the surface to get you those extra details ignored in the rush for the news.
Now bridge, now we take the entire now.
So don't die for inside.
We go beyond the lines to bring extra voices, not just for those making the stories.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
But for those affected by the stories.
I've lost one bag of rice. Documents.
So it's a real disaster.
With Extra Voices, we add new flavor to give fresh perspective and taste to an old story. Extra Voices airs every Wednesday and weekends on KUFM's major news bulletins. All the programs on KU 92.7 are now open for sponsorship and advert placements. For sponsorship and advert placements, call now for inquiries 070-380-50243 or 080-8877-3644 or visit KUFM Marketing Office located at the top floor of the Enterprise Foundation Building, number 62, Ihama Road, Benin City, Edo State. 92.7 KUFM is your business growth partner.
Hip-hop, R&B and throwbacks. This is what we do.
Turn us up. 92.7.
I'm a hustler, baby. I'm a hustler, baby.
I know heartbreaks, setbacks. I crap out and show I'ma get back. I've been through the ups and downs, you know I get around. So to me, it's all a part of the game. Right, man, or the might know for sure, man. I gotta take it, I'm gonna take it. This time homicide is nothing to play with. Make money, make money. The fan will take money. Southside, be with the best of them, done shot at the rest of them. Yeah, checks I'm collecting them, check boy, I'm finessing them. Big bags of bread. Boy, you put a big bag on your head for the one to break your head. Let's get to it, they don't do it like we do it. Cop it with big bag, get flip it. We up, she up, what up? Running, still not giving up. When it come to that dick, don't be no complications. Put a hole in it. Running you, your heartbeat racing. That's how we do it on this side. Let's get to it on this side. I know heartbreaks, setbacks. I crap out, I'm sure I'ma get back. I've been through the ups and downs, you know I get around. So me, it's all a part of the game.